Well, this video is all about the ETIAS visa waiver scheme that is coming in for all Schengen border countries, including Lanzarote, in autumn of 2025. In it, I'm going to explain why it's coming about, how it works, how much it costs, who it applies to, and everything you need to know about it. So if you like these kind of informational videos and you visit Lanzarote regularly, please click the subscribe button, because we're going to do loads more of these over the next few months and years. You may have seen in your local press that the European Union are working on a visa scheme. It isn't a visa scheme, it's actually a visa waiver. If you've travelled to the United States over the last 10 or 12 years, you'll have seen their system. It's called ESTA, and it's a way of pre-clearing people coming into an area who don't need a visa in order to do so. Basically, it's about border control. It's keeping people that we don't want within the Schengen area out of the Schengen area, terrorists and people like that. It's also about making the process much faster going through the immigration system, because it's all going to be done electronically. So let's talk about how it's going to work. Stage one is something called EES, which is the entry and exit system, and it's basically an electronic passport scanner. You put your passport down on a glass screen, it's scanned, and the system takes a photo of you to make sure you're the person that matches that passport. The EU has mandated that EES is going to be mandatory at all entry points to the Schengen area by autumn of 2024. And we already have these scanners in Lanzarote now. I know some people aren't using them, they're not going through them yet, but by autumn of 2024, you will need to be using the EES every time you enter and exit the island. And this system will replace the old-fashioned passport stamping system, so there will no longer be a requirement for an immigration officer to look at your passport and give it a stamp. It should happen completely automatically in the background, and it will measure the number of days you've had in the Schengen area and all those kind of things. Now, stage two will be the arrival of the ETIAS, and as I said before, it is a visa waiver scheme, so it applies to people who are coming from outside of the European Union, for example the UK, who haven't previously required a separate visa to enter the Schengen area. And what you'll have to do is to go onto a website and fill in a fairly simple form which asks for your passport details, your full name, date of birth, and any criminal convictions you've had. And the system then, within 96 hours, should give you an ETIAS, a visa waiver form that you can use, but that will be attached to your passport number. So when you scan your passport, you won't need to show the ETIAS as well, because the system will know that you already have an ETIAS. I'll put a link to that form up above me, but bear in mind the system at the time that we're filming this, which is May 2024, is not up and running yet. What will happen as we get closer to it is that that website will go live, but at the same time, a lot of small companies will set up and offer to do your ETIAS for you, and they'll charge a significant fee to do so. So I'm going to go on now to talk about the pricing for the ETIAS, so that you understand that, and you shouldn't pay any more than this if you're using the official channels. The good news is that anyone under 18 or over 70 won't have to pay anything for an ETIAS. It will be issued free of charge. You still have to go through the process of filling in the form in order to get your ETIAS, but you won't be charged at the end of it. So for the vast majority of us who are between the ages of 18 and 70, we will pay a single fee of €7 per person. And that €7 gives you an ETIAS that lasts for 3 years, or until your passport expires. When you get a new passport, you'll need to apply for a new ETIAS. And it gives you visa-free access to the whole of the European Union. So you won't have any issues whether you're going to France, Germany, Spain, Italy, or whatever. The ETIAS allows people from outside the European Union to stay in the EU for 90 days in any rolling 180 days. So that's not going to change with ETIAS. This isn't a route to being able to stay longer within the Schengen zone. You're still limited to those 90 in 180 rolling day periods. So that's it. Key points are that the electronic entry system, the EES, will be in place by autumn of 2024. You'll probably find coming to Lanzarote through this summer of 2024 that it's already in place and they're working on it and getting it working in the background. And the ETIAS system should be in place in the middle of next year, the middle of 2025. And obviously, if you read Lanzarote information or our weekly newsletter or any of the other info we put out, as soon as we've got a firm date on that and the website is live, we will let you know. Hope that's been helpful. Have a great day. Bye for now.